and right now we are in the growing pain stages. In 5 years, this service is going to be a lot better, not only because of what Microsoft is doing, one of the best things about Microsoft's Xbox is the xCloud streaming service. I'm sure you guys have seen this, it's absolutely nothing new, and over the years I've seen some real improvements with this streaming service. Now Microsoft actually still labels this a beta, which of course means that they're still working on improving this service. Now this is of course part of Microsoft's initiative to get Xbox everywhere on every single screen. But like anything, this service is not perfect. And I know for me personally, I have most definitely had some issues with actually streaming games. The biggest one that I've had has been like screen tearing. I'm not sure if you guys saw the video that I put out about streaming Starfield on your Xbox One, but that is totally doable and you can check that video out right here if you want to see. Now that one is kind of unique because you're trying to run a brand new released game on top of old hardware that it's not meant to do. So the number one issue I had was like screen tearing or just loading time. And that coupled with some bad controller lag input, some latency issues, have really been my two biggest things for xCloud. But I was actually reading around and a lot of people were like ripping on xCloud like it's a bad thing or it just doesn't work. And I'm here to say you have to keep your expectations proper for something like this. If you're gonna run a simple beat 'em up like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, or even a heavier game like Assassin's Creed Origins, you're gonna get a much better result if you're playing that on one player. A lot of your issues come from when you're trying to do online multiplayer gaming. The more people that are trying to connect, the more inputs you have, the state of your internet connection, the heaviness of the game you're trying to play, all of these things are going to be big factors in how well this game is actually going to run for you. And just like trying to run a bunch of different computer programs at once, you are eventually going to see lag. You're eventually going to see a performance degradation. I would say that most games load up in about a minute or so when you're streaming them on your actual console, and then when a game is brand new and more people are trying to stream it, you're gonna have about a 5-10 minute wait to get this game loaded up. And Microsoft has a little bit of a solution to this in that they keep their streaming service set at about 720p. And since you can do xCloud game streaming on a whole bunch of different devices like your phone or your tablet or your computer, 720p on a screen this size is gonna look perfectly fine. I like the idea that you can actually play them on your PC. However, there is one glaring factor, and that is that there is no mouse and keyboard input options for your PC streaming. Now, of course, when you're looking at a beat 'em up game like TMNT, you're probably like, yeah, why would I want to do that on a mouse and keyboard? Unless you're part of the PC master race like my good friend Keith Lake. But my real question would be, what about games that were actually designed for and originally meant for PC, like Age of Empires? So definitely one improvement that Microsoft could bring to the PC xCloud streaming, and some of these solutions that I think Microsoft actually needs for xCloud are going to be somewhat out of their control. For example, a better Wi-Fi stability connection when you're streaming. Microsoft can only do so much, and it's going to depend on your actual internet connection. Controller input latency, I feel like, is going to be a big one, and I feel like it's always harder to play these games when I have this kind of button lag. And Microsoft, as they're pushing xCloud out more and more, are most definitely going to have to beef up their servers supporting xCloud so that these queues are just not nearly as long. But it's all a balance. Microsoft is doing their best to have the best balance of quality and reliability, because your games may look fantastic, but if they're not reliably loading up, nobody's going to play. And if your games are super reliable, but they don't look good on your screen, nobody's going to play. And Phil Spencer has said that Xbox Cloud Gaming is now making up a double-digit percentage. The number of hours that an Xbox game is played for cloud gaming is about 10%. Now I know when you just say 10%, it doesn't seem like that much, but this is a really significant milestone in Xbox moving more towards streaming, moving more towards digital, moving more towards getting an Xbox on every screen that they possibly can. And right now we are in the growing pain stages. In 5 years, this service is going to be a lot better, not only because of what Microsoft is is doing, but because in general, in 5 years, we're going to have better connected technology. We're going to have faster streaming capabilities for portable items. And as those things improve and cloud gaming improves, we are going to see a better, more stable service come together, giving you an Xbox everywhere and Microsoft getting closer to its goals. You guys leave me a comment and let me know how well cloud gaming works for you. I've been John, by the way. This here is the Xbox Basement, and we will see you guys in the next one.